Chris, what are you doing?
Just getting a little pre-show pump.
What does that say?
Cuomo prime time.
That's real. That's a real weight. They think I'm quite stupid for believing that Chris Cuomo really had this 100-pound barbell or dumbbell that he was lifting up.
It looked...
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So today, an interesting thing happened. Joe Rogan issued a retraction on his original statement on the fake weights controversy surrounding Chris Cuomo. If you guys do not know, Chris Cuomo had a video where he was basically throwing around and lifting a 100-pound dumbbell as if it was nothing. And originally, Joe Rogan's take on that video was it was real on the basis of A, Italians are stupid strong, and B, he believed that Chris Cuomo was significantly bigger than him, and for that reason, he thinks he would be strong enough to handle a 100-pound dumbbell with that level of ease. So just one day ago, I published a video kind of debunking that these weights were real because I thought they were very obviously a fake 100-pound dumbbell. I thought there was no chance that it was a real one, and I kind of went through point by point of why I believed it's fake and the indicators showing that it's fake. And here we are just one day later, published on the JRE Clips channel, a segment from Joe Rogan's latest podcast featuring Tom Papa. Joe Rogan today reevaluated his stance on the fake weights, and this was kind of interesting because he says he reached out to some experts. So let's hear what he says about the experts that he needed to consult for this determination of whether the weights were real or fake.
We were talking about on the podcast whether or not Chris Cuomo was really lifting a 100-pound barbell. Now, I had completely forgot we even talked about this until I stumbled upon an article online about it. And in the article, it actually referenced us talking about it on the podcast.
Right?
And apparently
He wasn't.
They think I'm quite stupid for believing that Chris Cuomo really had this 100-pound barbell or dumbbell that he was lifting up.
It looked very light.
It did look very light. But so my thought was, how big is Chris Cuomo? So
that's a good point.
I thought he was bigger than he is. So I Googled it.
Yeah.
He's only 182 pounds, which it says he's 6'2", 182 pounds. I don't know if that's accurate.
That's, yeah.
That's probably...
6'2", 180? Then
well,
he doesn't look that lean.
Thin guy.
He doesn't look that lean.
But anyway, that makes him 20 pounds lighter than me.
Okay.
So very unlikely that he's carrying that dumbbell like that. So then I'm like, okay, I got to ask some people who would actually know. So I sought out some people online, and one of them was Rob Kearney. He's been on the podcast before. He's world's strongest gay.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
He's awesome.
I follow him.
Love that dude. And I think he won recently a pound-for-pound strongman title.
I believe it.
He's not a big guy. He's a tank. But he's only about 5'10", maybe. But fucking gorilla strong.
Yeah.
So he says to me, so I say to him, have you ever seen the thing? And he says, I just watched the video. I think it's fake, LOL. He doesn't look to be bracing hard enough for it to be actually 100 pounds.
Good point. He is kind of wishy-washy in his seat.
He's a real expert, right? So he's an actual strongman. So I'm pretty convinced. So then I asked Robert Oberst, who's Robert is fucking enormous. Absolutely one of the strongest men in the world. He's a Goliath. I mean, you sit next to him, 300 plus pounds.
Oh, geez.
So he says the picture looks possible because his elbow's up and stable, but the video where he's at his desk showing the weight off, he moves it around out at an angle that would be the smallest head of the top of the bicep taking all the weight, and it doesn't even faze him. Said if it's real, he's stronger than anyone I've ever seen use a dumbbell.
Whoa.
I'd say it's a 40-pound weight with 100 pounds written on it. He said lots of Insta-famous lifters have fake dumbbells and plates. So two experts,
interesting.
Rob Kearney and Robert Oberst, both of them call bullshit. So I defer to them.
So, first of all, I just want to say these are very good references to have on this topic. Number one, they're both professional strongman competitors, and number two, They're some of the best overhead pressers in the world. So seeking advice from them on a dumbbell press, which is essentially what Chris Cuomo is doing, is very good. Both of these guys have actually held the American log press world record. So these are the strongest pressers in the world, and both of them told Joe Rogan, this is obviously fake. So Joe says the impetus for his consultation of these two gentlemen was that he saw an article. He was reading an article online last night. I'm still convinced that maybe he saw my video and then he was convinced by the case that I made for it being fake and then reevaluated his decision. I haven't seen any written articles about the topic. But hey, this is exactly what I like about Joe Rogan. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, but when he is wrong, he typically comes out and either makes a retraction, a correction, or an apology, and he did exactly that in this case, although I don't think it should have taken a consultation with these two strongmen that have both been on his podcast. I think pretty much everybody that saw that video at first glance, I think 99.999% of people that saw that video at first glance could tell that that dumbbell did not weigh 100 pounds, and there was no possible way that it could have. So there you guys have it. We have a Rogan retraction on the Cuomo fake weights controversy. I think the case is closed on this one. I think it was pretty obvious, like I said, right away that it was fake. Then Joe Rogan came out basically co-signing it, saying it was real, and that generated a whole bunch of discussion on the internet as to whether it was real or fake. And I wasn't going to do a video on it until Rogan said it was real, because it's clearly not real, and I wanted to make sure that people knew that. And I think it wasn't really that big of a deal. I mean, honestly, I think Cuomo was just making a joke, and he wasn't really trying to fool anybody that it was a 100-pound dumbbell. I think it was a joke that got blown way out of proportion. But now the record is set straight. Rogan says it's fake. We now know that Cuomo isn't a super strong, Super Saiyan freak, and everything is right in the world. So please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you knew immediately that the weights were fake without needing to consult a strongman liaison. And subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed yet already. We're getting close to 1 million subscribers. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out.
Chris, what are you doing?
Let's get a little pre-show pump.
What does that say?
Cuomo prime time. Hashtag let's get after it. 100 pounds, just kind of work it out, a little bit of light stuff. New team member for you, Mr. Mandalay. Grace us with your presence. Tell him what you do.
Hey, I do all the video for the show.
That's it? That's all you do here?
Pretty much. And then help out with the research and just make everything look pretty for you.
He's very bright. He's got great ideas, and that's why he's on the team. Team Cuomo, strong. Pass the torch. Little work to do. All right, back to the mines. So here's what we have tonight. Peter Strzok, you haven't heard from his attorney, but you're going to tonight. The Cave Kids, an update you need to see. Yenny, a mom who had her kids taken. Finally, she's gotten to see them. We're following her story. LeVar Ball is on the show, and we're going to talk about doing the right thing. What the president did with the flag matters. We're going to follow up on it.
That's real. That's a real weight.
That's real. That's a real weight.